Hello, folks. My name's Tyler Downing, and I decided to start doing some movie reviews. And so today I'm gonna review for you guys a few movies that I've seen recently, and the main one is the movie Mainstream, starring Andrew Garfield. I'm a pretty I really enjoyed Andrew Garfield. I loved the movie and Under the Silver Lake. Even though a lot of people hated that movie, I'd give it a 10 out of 10 easily because it was really entertaining. To me, anyway, a lot of people would have hated it. But anyway, right now I'm supposed to be talking about Mainstream. Okay, Mainstream. I went to the theater and saw it the other day, and I was a little bit anyway, I was kind of disappointed because I thought Andrew Garfield would be better in it or something. Um, now, I haven't seen a lot of his more famous movies yet, but anyway, he's a decent dude, decent actor. The movie was, I would say, not very good. Um, his character in the movie was rather obnoxious, and I'm not sure what the point of the movie was. It kind of tried to make a statement about the essence of celebrity in our social media oversaturated culture or some shit like that. But I saw it in the theater and it was let down. The girl in it was cute, but other than that, I didn't really care for it, I guess. It was one of the most bizarre movies. If you thought Under the Silver Lake was weird, then I mean, mainstream. If you want weird, if you want uncomfortably weird. I kind of found it hard to sit through the whole thing. Um, but for some reason, I'm not going to give it an extremely low score because I think they were attempting to make some sort of statement, and it ended up uh, not register. I mean, didn't really register with me what the point was. So I'm going to give the movie Mainstream a 4 out of 10 because it was barely. I was barely able to get through the movie. So anyway, and then I watched another movie recently, and I have it right here with me. It's called Observe and Report. Now, I'm not a big fan of Seth Rogen. I kind of gotten tired of him because he's like in so many movies. It's kind of ridiculous how many movies he's in. I'm not sure what the deal is with Hollywood, but seems like the same handful of actors are in one movie after another. I don't think these people ever sleep, to be honest, because how you can be in so many fucking movies and be on the camera so much. Either they don't sleep. Well, here's two things: they don't sleep, and I'm nothing like those people. And I'm not putting down Hollywood actors. I'm not putting down the art of acting and the craft of acting. I actually took an acting course in college. Barely passed it, but I did pass. Did my best. uh, but anyway, observe and report. Back to the movie I was talking about. This movie's an absolute blast. For me, it was. If you enjoy dark humor, dark comedy, or black comedy, then you will also love Observe and Report. And I mean, it's about a mentally unstable guy with these delusions of grandeur. It's really hilarious to watch Seth Rogen, like I said, I'm not a big fan exactly. I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but in this movie, as Ronnie Barnhart, he plays a security guard at a mall, and he's just a complete. Uh, he's he thinks so much of himself that it's bizarre. He has, like I said, these delusions of grandeur, and these illusions are so intense in this guy. They are so to the forefront of everything he does that it's fucking hilarious because he thinks he's just the most brilliant, greatest man who ever lived. But yet, his job, what he does for a living, is work security at a mall, a shopping mall. Not that I'm putting down that profession, but you know. Anyway, it's but the movie's a fucking trip, man. It's so bizarre and unique, but not bizarre in an uncomfortable way to me, like mainstream was. Bizarre, it will be uncomfortable for a lot of people if you're not into black comedy or dark comedy. Then you'll fucking hate this movie because that's pretty much it's the whole point is this whole thing where you're laughing your ass off, or I laughed my ass off, but at the same time I felt guilty for laughing my ass off. And I wondered throughout the movie, you just go through the movie having this sort of I don't have I didn't have as much uncomfortability watching it as a lot of people would, but I still a little bit in the back of my head watching this movie was like this shit is not funny at all. This is serious shit. But the comedy in the movie is so bizarre and so grotesque, but in a brilliant way that I just couldn't help but laugh my ass off. So, uh, the actress Anna Faris is in it, and she's fairly attractive in it, kind of skanky. She plays this really skanky lady in it, and she's a very she's a real bitch in the movie. The character of her, but I mean the actress seems all right, but she's attractive and everything. But anyway, so there's strange. The some of the weird things about it is there's a sex scene in the movie, or there's a sex scene in the movie where she's actually they're in a car and she's in a car banging this dude and she's like wearing a bra the whole time, and I don't know if there's a lot of women that wear the bra when they're getting banged in a car. Maybe she was afraid somebody would see or something. So I'm not going to complain about that. I'm just saying it was unusual to see that. Now, so anyway, I'd give Observe and Report a 8 out of 10 because I mean it was a little bit disturbing in a lot of ways, and some of the time I was watching it laughing my ass off. I'm thinking this is not funny. This is very serious. But in these times of political correctness and whatnot, it's a nice break, and it's a nice break from the reality of this uh, world. Now, oh, I love this movie also, and I'm not gonna say much about it, but The Foot Fist Way is equally hilarious, and it's again the same kind of thing. The same director, Jody Hill. So anyway, I really enjoyed that one. So yeah, observe and report 8 out of 10. The final film I want to review tonight. First, I want to tell you how bizarre and grotesque it was to see this movie in the theater. Now, the movie's called Buffalo Heart, and in it, there's a lot of really creepy men, kind of rapey. One of them, or a couple of them, really do rape people in the movie. It was a very dark and serious film made on a very low budget and with no, obviously they didn't have any money. I thought that the movie Buffalo Heart, it could have, if they had had more money or whatever, that they got better actors and so forth. Some of the acting was pretty cheesy, but anyway, it would have been better as a sort of revenge film. because that's, I mean, it was a revenge movie, and so, but it was creepy, it was dark, it was uncomfortable, um, and the what made me even more uncomfortable is during this whole movie, people were laughing their asses off. There was a few people that were laughing their asses off. One person would howl, literally, they had this howling cackle that they did, and he did it like every 5 to 10 minutes. And the movie is obviously not supposed to be a comedy. Okay, it was obviously very serious shit, I guess, and it's a serious movie, and but it was sleazy and creepy, and so I mean I'd give it a 6 out of 10. But the whole the actual theater experience I had was just more confusing than anything else, because I love a lot of black comedies, and there's certain movies like Observe and Report, for example, that to me are hilarious when they're obviously very offensive and disturbing. But Buffalo Heart, was obviously, to me personally, not a comedy. So the fact that people were laughing their asses off in the theater, I mean, some people like me were just like, okay, we're watching this really serious, dark film. So Buffalo Heart, because there's some pretty harrowing scenes in it, and again, if they'd had the people that had it, if they'd had more money, I think they could have made a better film, and the subject matter was, I mean, it was uncomfortable to say the least. But again, the thing that made me most uncomfortable is people were laughing at it, laughing their asses off. And so I didn't really get that. But anyway, aside from my experience with people laughing at an inappropriate stuff, I give Buffalo Heart a 6 out of 10. So anyway, I want to thank you all for watching this, and if people actually respond to this or anything like that, it'll be great, and I'll be able to make some more of this, more of these movie reviews or whatever. All right, folks, have a good night.